Hello everyone, so in this video we are going to discuss problem solving with patterns. An ordered list of numbers such as 5, 14, 27, 44, 65, we call that as a sequence. A sequence is a function whose domain is the set of positive integers. It also means an ordered list of numbers. Each number in a sequence is called a term. 5, 14, 27, 44, 65, we denote the term as follows. So, a sub 1, so that is our first term. Our second term is 14, we denote as a sub 2. And a sub 3, we denote that is for our third term, 27. And then a sub 4 is equal to 44, that is our fourth term. And a sub 5 is equal to 65, and that is our fifth term. So, we call this a sub n is the nth term of a sequence. Now, as you can see, we have a 3 dots here. So, it indicates that the sequence continues beyond 65. What is the next term in the sequence 5, 14, 27, 44, and 65? So, to answer these questions, we often construct a difference table. So, we are going to use this method. So, we have a different way to get the next term in the given sequence. So, in this time, we are using the difference table method. So, by using the sequence, we are going to get the differences wherein if the differences are already equal, we can now predict the next term. How to do that? Okay, first, we are going to get the first differences. So, paano ginagawa? We are going to subtract the first term from the second term. So, 14 minus 5, that is 9. 27 minus 14, that is 13. 44 minus 27, that is 17. 65 minus 17, that is 65 minus 44, that is 21. As you can see, class, so in the first differences, the difference are not yet equal. So, we're going to proceed for the next differences. So, that is our second differences. So, 13 minus 9, that is 4. 17 minus 13, that is 4. 21 minus 17, that is 4. Okay, as you can see, in our second differences, equal na sila. So, therefore, we can predict the next number here in the first differences. So, ibig sabihin, the next term here, if you subtract the next term here to 21, the difference also is 4. So, therefore, ang gagawin lang natin, we're going to add 4 here. So, 21 plus 4. So, the next term in the first differences in this row is 25. And then, we add upward. So, paano natin kukunin? Paano kukunin yung next term dito? So, for example, here. So, paano nakuha yung 65? Because 44 plus 21, that is 65. So, ganun din dito yung process. 65 plus 25, that is 90. So, therefore, the next term in the given sequence, 5, 14, 27, 44, 65 is 90. So, ano ulit ang ginamit nating method dito? We use difference table. Next. We have 2, 7, 24, 59, 118, 207, and 332. So, we're going to predict the next term. So, first, we're going to get the first differences. So, 7 minus 2, that is 5. 24 minus 7, that is 17. And 59 minus 24, that is 35. 118 minus 59, that is 59 also. And then 207 minus 118, that is 89. 332 minus 207, that is 125. So, as you can see, in our first differences, hindi pa equal, no, yung mga differences. So, let's proceed for the second differences. 17 minus 5, that is 12. 35 minus 17, that is 18. 59 minus 35, that is 24. 89 minus 59, that is 30. 125 minus 89, that is 36. So, again, sa second differences natin, hindi pa rin sila equal. So, therefore, let's proceed for the third differences. So, 18 minus 12, that is 6. 24 minus 18, that is 6. 30 minus 24, that is 6. 36 minus 30, that is 6. Now, so makikita natin, they are equal na. So, we can get the next term in this row. So, kung ang differences dito is 6, so we can add 6 to get this, the next term. So, 36 plus 6, that is 42. And then, pagdating dito, we're going to add, okay, on the last term and the first differences. So, 125, para makuha natin to, 125 plus 42, that is 167. Para makuha naman natin yung next term dun sa given sequence natin. So, we're going to add 332 plus 167, and that is 499. Okay, so yan ang how to predict the next number. Okay. In the previous example, we use difference table to predict the next term of a sequence. So, in some cases, we can use pattern to predict a formula that we call the n-term formula. So, that generates the term of a sequence. So, for example, we have a sub n is equal to 3n squared plus n. So, we're going to find out. Now, we are going to find the first 5 terms. So, given this rule. Okay, so we're going to substitute. So, a sub 1, because we denote it as the first term, so papalitan lang natin yung n natin ng 1. So, that's why 3 times 1 squared plus 1. And then, it's equal to 1 times 1, because 1 squared is 1, so that is 3 times 1 plus 1. And that is equals to 4. So, 3 times 1 is 3 plus 1, that is 4. So, ibig sabihin, yung first term natin is 4. Next. We have a sub 2. So, the second term, we're going to get the second term. So, papalitan lang natin yung n natin dito ng 2. So, that is 2 squared, that is 4. So, 4 times 3, 12 plus 2, that is equal to 14. So, therefore, the second term is 14. Next, the third term. So, the third term, we substitute 3. So, sa lahat ng values ng n natin. So, 3 squared plus 3, and 3 squared is 9. So, 9 times 3 is equal to 27 plus 3, and that is 30. So, ibig sabihin, 30 yung third term natin. And for the fourth term, we have 4 squared, that is 16, times 3. So, 16 times 3 plus 4, that is 52. And last, the fifth term, so we are going to substitute 5 sa n natin. So, 5 squared, that is 25, times 3, plus 5 is equal to 80. So the first 5 terms of the sequence given the n term 3n squared plus n are 4, 14, 30, 52, and 80. Now, so paano natin kukunin yung n term given yung sequence? Okay. What is the n term of the sequence 4, 10, 16, 22, and 28? So paano natin kukunin yung n term? In the previous slide, binigay yung n term. Okay, now, gamit yung given sequence, kunin natin yung n term. Okay, ganito lang yan. So, gamit yung general rule for n terms, so ito laging ginagamit. So, we're going to get the first, we're just substitute, no? Lahat na makukuha natin dito, isa-isahin natin. So, yung a sub 1 dito, this is the first term. Yung n natin dito, that is the number position in the given sequence. And D is the common difference. So, pag sinabi natin common difference, yung pag minus natin sila, so ano yung common difference? So, for example, 10 minus 4, that is 6. 16 minus 10, 6 pa din. 22 minus 16, that is 6. 28 minus 22, that is 6. So, therefore, ang common difference dito ay 6. So, yun ang ipapalit natin sa D. So, in short, yung a sub 1 natin is 4 because that is the first term. And then yung D natin, which is the common difference, that is 6. Again, paano nakukuha yung common difference? So, ima-minus lang natin. 10 minus 4, that is 6. 16 minus 10, that is 6. So, please check din yung given sequence natin kung arithmetic yan. Kasi sometimes, on the first and second term, parehas sila ng common difference, but pagdating sa pangatlo at pang-apat, iba yung difference na nila. So, therefore, hindi mo makukuha yung nth term. Mahihirapan kayo. So, since nakuha na natin yung first term natin, which is a sub 1, and the common difference na 6, isa-substitute lang natin dito para makuha natin yung nth term natin sa given sequence na 4, 10, 16, 22, and 28. Okay, so substitute a sub 1, that is 4 plus n minus 1, and the common difference is 6. And then simplify. So multiply natin yung 6 by using distributive property. So 6 times n, that is 6n. 6 times negative 1, that is negative 6. And then combine similar terms. Since si 6n, wala namang kaparehas dyan o kasamang may n. So copy 6n. And then si 4 minus 6, ang pagsamahin natin. So, 4 minus 6, that is negative 2. Therefore, the nth term of the sequence 4, 10, 16, 22, and 28 is 6n minus 2. Another, assume the pattern shown by the square tile in the following figure continues. So, this is our first term. So, meron tayong dalawang square. Sa a sub 2 natin, meron tayong 5 square tile. Sa a sub 3 natin, sa pangatlong term natin, meron tayong ilan? 8 square tile. So, sa pang-apat, ilang square tile? 8. So, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So, meron tayong 11 na square tile. So, gamit yung kanina, so, alamin natin yung nth term, no? Yung pattern, no, of the shown by the square tile. So, ano yung nth term kaya? So, gamit kanina, yung tinuro ko sa inyo na formula. So, kunin lang natin yung first term. So, what is the first term? That is 2. Okay? So, ano kayong common difference nila? So, kung ang first term mo ay 2 and this is 5, 5 minus 2, 3. Ito ay 8. So, 8 minus 5, 3 din. So, ito ay 11. 11 minus 8, that is 3. So, therefore, ang common difference dito ay 3. Now, substituting on this formula, so we come up, so ang a sub 1 natin, 2 plus n minus 1 times 3. And then, distribute yung 3 inside the parentheses. So, we have 2 plus 3 times n, that is 3n minus 3, and that is 3n minus 1. Bakit? So, si 3n, again, wala siyang kasama. So, copy nyo na lang. And then, si 2 minus 3, kailangan natin i-simplify. So, 2 minus 3, that is negative 1. So, therefore, ang nth term dito is 3n minus 1. Next question. How many tiles are in the 8 figures of the sequence? So, instead na draw ka dyan ng mga square tiles, so why not using the nth term, makukuha na natin yung number ng square tile sa pang 8 figures. So, ano lang ang gagawin? So, substitute on the given nth term. So, we have 3n minus 1. So, papalitan lang natin ang n ng 8. So, 3 times 8, 24. Minus 1, that is 23. So, therefore, ang pang 8 figures daw ay merong 23 square tiles. Another, which figure will consist of exactly 320 tiles? So, pang ilan kaya yung figure na yon na merong 320 tiles? So, using this nth term, so, ibig sabihin, so, alamin natin yung n, yung position ng number na merong 320 tile, or yung position ng figures na merong 320 tiles. So, 3n minus 1, so ito daw, ang value daw nito ay 320. So, 3n minus 1 is equal to 320, transpose negative 1, so that will become 320 plus 1. So, 3n is equal to 321, divide both side by 3. So, yung n na yon ay pang 107. So, ibig sabihin, kung ito ay pang 4, so pang 107 yung merong 320 tiles. Kasi ang binigay lang sa given ay yung 4 na naunang figures. Okay, next. Fibonacci sequence, this is included in the problem solving with pattern. So when you say Fibonacci sequence, that is the series of numbers such that the next number is found by adding up the two numbers before it. So we can use this formula. F sub n is equal to F sub n minus 1 plus F sub n minus 2, where F sub n is the term number n, or this is the number position on the given term. Next, F sub n minus 1 is the previous term, or n minus 1. For F sub n minus 2 is the term before that, n minus 2. Now, okay, for example, so this is the first 14 terms. No, this is the first 14 terms in the Fibonacci sequence. Okay, so let's try. Find the 10th term in the Fibonacci sequence. So using the formula, so F sub n is equal to F sub n minus 1 plus F sub n minus 2. So palitan lang natin ang n natin ng 10. So that will become 10 minus 1, that is F sub 9. Dito naman 10 minus 2, that is F sub 8. So kunin natin yung F sub 9. So ito yon. Now, ano yung value niya? Yung F sub n niya, that is 34. Yung F sub 8 naman, that is 21. So 34 plus 28, that is 55. Ibig sabihin, so this is the first 10th term sa Fibonacci sequence natin, or sa Fibonacci numbers natin. So yung F sub 10, that is equal to 55. Another, find the 13th term in the Fibonacci sequence. So we have, okay, using the formula, papalitan natin yung n natin ng 13. So 13 minus 1, that is 12 plus, so dito 11. So ano yung value ng 12 natin? That is 144. And then yung 11 naman natin is 89. That is 233. Now, question, sir, every time nasasagot ba ako ng Fibonacci sequence, gagawa ako nitong table na to para mas mabilis masagutan. There's another way, no? Meron ako ibibigay na formula sa inyo. Using your powerful calculator, kayang-kaya nyo sagutan without this table, no? Ibibigay na ni calculator yung sagot. Okay. Ito ang tinatawag natin Fibonacci number general formula, or we call this as Binet's formula. Okay? So, ano ba tong Binet's formula? So, this is a formula that incorporates the golden ratio. So, letting F sub n is represent the nth term number of the Fibonacci sequence, where F sub n is equal to 1 over square root of 5 times, okay, the quantity of 1 plus square root of 5 over 2 raised to n minus 1 minus square root of 5 over 2 raised to n. So, using your calculator, halimbawa, kanina, kinukuha natin si 13. Ano yung sagot natin kanina? 233. Okay, tingnan natin. Using this formula, okay, for example, wala kang table, no? So, papalitan lang natin yung n natin ng 13. So, the answer will be 233. So, using your calculator, okay, so papakita ko lang. Okay, using your calculator, okay, isa-isahin natin. So, 1. So, lagay nyo muna yung fraction var. So, 1, then down arrow. So, kung may calculator kayo dyan sa bahay, square root of 5. And then, okay, dalawang parenthesis. We have, then, again, yung fraction bar, we have 1 plus square root of 5. Then down arrow, we have 2. Then punta tayo sa right side. Then enclosed by parentheses. This one. And then pindutin nyo lang to. Okay, ilagay nyo dyan yung 13. And then right arrow, then minus. Lagyan ulit ng open parenthesis. And then yung fraction var. Then 1 minus square root of 5. Then baba. That is 2. Then close ulit. Lagyan ng close parenthesis. And then pindutin lang to. and that is 13. So, yan na ang pinapalitan dyan. And then, lalagyan nyo pa ng isang parenthesis. Okay, click nyo lang yan, and that is 233. Kasi, kapag every time na sasagot kayo ng Fibonacci numbers, kung ilan yung sum ng first 20, let's say, first 13 terms. So, using this formula, and then may calculator kayo, makukuha nyo agad yung sum. Now, paano kapag nasa 25 na? Paano kapag pang 100 term? Diba, masyadong mahaba na yon kapag gumamit kayo ng tables. Now, using this formula, makukuha natin. So, another example. Sige, another example. So, halimbawa yung F25. Calculator natin. So, yung F25, so, papalitan ko na lang to ng, papalitan ko na lang yan ng 25. And then, papalitan ko ng 25. So, that is equals to 75,025. So, that is equal to 75,025. So, you can use this formula. Next, properties of Fibonacci numbers. So, first, determine whether the statement 3 times f sub n minus f sub n minus 2 is equal to f sub n plus 2 for n is greater than or equal to 3. So, dapat kapag yung if your n is greater than or equal to 3, so dapat kapag sinubstitute natin dito any number equal to greater than or equal to 3, dapat ito yung lalabas. So, let's try. Okay, for example, okay, start tayo kay 3. If your n is 3, so that will become 3 plus 2, so 5 yun, no? And then, substitute natin 3 times f sub 3 minus 3 minus 2. Pinalitan lang natin yung n ng 3. So, that is f sub 5, 3 times, kasi yung f sub 3 natin, yung value nito ay 2. Kaya pinalitan ko na yung f sub 3 ko ng 2 minus f sub 1. So, we all know that f sub 5, that is 5, is equal to 3 times 2, this is 6, minus 1. Bakit 1? Yung f sub 1 natin, ito yon. Okay, 1. So, therefore, 5 is equal to 5. And that is true. Therefore, the statement 3 times f sub n minus f sub n minus 2 is equal to f sub n plus 2 for n is greater than or equal to 3 is true. Another, if n is even, then f sub n is odd number. So, check natin. So, kapag ang n mo ay 2, sabi daw kapag ang n ay even number. So, ano ba yung even number? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and so on. So, kapag even number daw, tingnan natin. Kapag ang even number mo, then, kapag yung n mo ay even number, then yung f sub n mo, ang sagot daw ay odd number. Check natin. Kapag 2, yung sagot ay 1. Tama, kasi 1 is odd number, 2 is even number. So, tama siya dyan. Sa 4, kapag ang n mo ay 4, and then yung f sub n mo ay odd number dapat, 3. Tama ulit. Next, f sub n is kapag yung n mo ay 6, ang f sub n niya ay 8. Even number to, dapat, di ba, odd number. So, therefore, that is wrong. And this statement, if n is even, then f sub n is odd number, this property is false. Next. Okay. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned something. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell button para updated kayo for more video tutorial. This is your guide in learning your math lesson, your Wow Math channel.